Okay, guys. Here's my update for this time and excuse how I look. Um, because I was gonna edit and do some other things. Of course, some things were pre-recorded a little bit, but I had to jump in and actually make a pause to everything. Even though my production isn't that great, I still need to make my up make my update, but it's just different. So here it goes. I'm going to work on my mental health this week, literally, and I don't mean taking a vacation um, like with friends or just taking a week off or going out to a cabin for a weekend because all those things are great for self care. But I need real help, and I noticed it more lately. Last week was really hard, like on some hard stuff. By the time Friday came, I contacted my mental health provider. I talked to her, and believe it or not, she wanted me to break out ever since Friday. She had a place she wanted me to do and this, that, and the third. And I never done anything like that. So it's going to be scary to me, but it is needed. I'm sorry. It is needed. But my prayer is that I'll be back and I'll finish my editing on my next video. And I'm going to keep being, Chrissy the foodie and Chrissy the serial entrepreneur. And hopefully they will help me deal with these thoughts that are intrusive. And in some areas I feel a little not safe and stuff like that. Hopefully they'll be able to give me some guidance. And hopefully the sooner I feel better, the sooner I'll be back at it. Because there is no going to $1 million if your brain won't even work. So, I need the help. But I said I was going to be candid. That was I said I didn't even take time. Because if now is the time to jump in that car and go, now's the time to go. I feel like I got the strength to go, even though I'm scared. And for all I know, I don't know, I might hit some kind of blessing where I'm not far off as bad as I thought and be home tonight or tomorrow morning. I don't know. I know that by the time this posts, I may already be there. So if I'm already there, just send me some well wishes and I'll be back. Got a lot to teach, but I need my mind. I did create businesses that I've started researching. I didn't know how hard it was to see about getting factories and getting them zoned. So it's time for my brain to go to another level, time for my business to go to another level, time for my personal life to go to another level. And I need a reboot real bad. So guys, sorry I gotta leave you like this. My next video, I do want to go ahead and upload it. It's not because I want to post it incomplete. It's just how things go. Like I said, I'm showing you the truth. And we're gonna, battle this bipolar depression and acute anxieties and all these other things going on. And we're going to get to that $1 million. We can do it. But I'm going to go ahead and apologize if the next one isn't edited too perfectly either. But how I'm looking at it to tell myself to have something positive is when I come back, we just going to start it like another little season. Y'all see how I put them in seasons for myself. I think one of the little seasons I only put 2 videos. So but it helps me compartmentalize a little bit and kind of keep in order a little bit what I want to do. But I don't know, guys. Hold me up in your good thoughts. If you have time, send me some well wishes. If you love the Lord, say a prayer. Whatever it is, I'm quite sure I'm gonna need it because we're gonna do this journey, and I want you to come with me. I want you to do it too. So I'm off of here. I don't know what else to say. Okay, guys, right here, Chrissy the foodie or Auntie the foodie. I'll do either one of them. I just know I love to eat. I'm making some steaks. What happened is, remember from the other episode, we went to the pub and I had that awesome French dip sauce. And no, this isn't made like French dip, but I had such love I fell in with that broth or whatever that was we were dipping the sandwich in. So I, had to get in there, what I'm saying, see if I could make something a little similar, not a gravy, but not a broth. And I don't know. Of course, I do it myself totally from scratch. I didn't try to buy a sauce. So the first thing I had to do was make some meat and get some good seasonings going so that I would have something for this broth to come from. And like I said, I didn't want to use anything in a can. So this is me just going at it, getting some brownness on it. You know how we all feel about that steak with making that little sear. And I love me a cast iron skillet. Oh my gosh, I think they everything. You can't hurt them suckers if you wanted to. I love them. They're like my favorite thing to cook in. All right, guys. From here, you can just kind of see me doing my thing. Okay, right here, it's really starting to go down. Yo, I put so much butter, but I cook with a lot of butter. I am a Southern girl. I'm not gonna blame it on that, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing or not that we were taught that different flavors come from all these different fats. Oh, no, y'all, look at what's going down. When I add the rest of the stuff to create that, oh, y'all gonna see. That's why I started to say I was about to get ahead of myself because I was surprised at how I was getting, you know, my little broth thing going and all them seasonings. Yo, I don't know, but I do. Yeah, I really do believe that different meats have different fats that create different seasonings. Okay, I just got my fries from McDonald's. This is a pet peeve. I'm about to talk about this story time. I'm in my feelings. I'm gonna get it out. I can't stand a lot of running around to do. The mentally ill, I want to apply for 2 more grants today. That's what we talking about. This story time. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this drive, and I'll get back with y'all in a second. All right, guys. Look, this is how I'm just going to go into this rant straight off. Let me tell you what it's about, okay? And the reason why it looks like this, I didn't put up no lighting, no nothing, because this one is a real pet peeve to me. I really can't stand when people do this to certain people. And I'm like, you know what? I want to speak on it and put it on this episode. So guess what? In about 2 seconds, I'm going to be right back with this rant. Okay, guys, one of the things I hate the most, the absolute most, is when an elderly, a child, or the mentally ill get picked on. I can't stand it. I feel like none of us are perfect, and to do that is in poor. Oh gosh, your integrity gotta really suck just as a person. And I'm not saying that because I count as one of the mentally ill. I'm saying that because everyone is different. And I have encountered folks that they have told me, oh, I'm feel this way, and oh, I feel that way, and oh, I'm shaking, and oh, what I stutter sometimes, and boom, boom, boom. And I tell you what, after a while, when things don't subside for them, you find they telling you they're taking a little something for their nerves. They're taking a little something for their anxiety. And then now is when they decide, oh, I get it. I get it. And now they want to be compassionate. And it's not till their child is the one flipped out and they go, oh my gosh, my child is bipolar. Or, oh my goodness, they can't handle their emotions without talking to someone. And when you have a person that is trying to survive and they cannot survive exactly the way others would or the mainstream people do, they're doing whatever they can to still be a part of the world. Everybody with a mental illness do not need to be in a mental facility. Okay, it's different levels to this thing. And if you have someone that they have been trying and they say, hey, you know what, I can't get my own apartment, and they just need a little help to do it, or they say, you know what, I do want to start dressing myself and doing my own shopping, they just need a little help to do it. And what I want to talk about right now is in the housing part of things, because let me tell you something, there's nothing more stressful to a regular person than making sure they have a roof over their head. So imagine the anxiety you send a person with a mental illness or physical sickness or an elderly or something like that, that you have now made feel out of place while they're trying to make their life work. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is a pet peeve of mine in no way like no other. I'm from a small town. I've seen all kinds of things. We have a couple few income housing situations that you could do. We have help with the USDA. We also have, I think, first time homeowners, and that's going through, federal government. I'm going to talk to you about some of these things today, because I had to do some research for myself and for others to find out what other options do we have if we don't want to live in an apartment where someone is catering to our anxiety or causing us to be worse. And you may want to know where some of this stems from. Look, give me one more second. I'm going to come back one more time. I want you to like, follow, share, subscribe. Okay? Because sometimes people don't even think about these issues because we figure we the only ones with them, so we don't say nothing. All right? Or we figure, like I said, they'll be all right, so we don't say anything. Things we do not know. We do not know if someone will always be around to take care of them or be able to cater to them. And I'm not saying people should change their policies. I'm saying maybe the policy should already include a little sensitivity training. And I'll be right back because I want to, name a couple examples that have caused me to feel this way and even do this rant. Okay, example number 3. I'm only going to do 3, but just imagine I'm in a small town, so I got more than 3. You see what I'm saying? But to prevent from saying names or trying to bring a witness to speak, I'm just going to speak on the knowledges that I know. And as a disclaimer, I am not trying to ruin any business. I am not some, mental health. I am not a psychiatrist, not a psychologist. I'm a person who have dealt with certain things, lived through certain things, and I'm now giving my opinion on it because I've been in this town recently for about 10 years. I grew up here, but I left for like 26 years. And when I tell you things seem to me, it may not be worse. Maybe it was always this way, and I just wasn't an adult yet. Remember, I left at 17 to try to start my journey. I started college, and I pretty much for the most part, stayed trying to move around so that I could create a life for myself prior to my breakdowns. And since my breakdowns, I have been honestly trying to fight everything to come back up. So maybe things haven't been worse. Maybe things got better before it got worse. All I know is when I got home, it was in one state. All I know is I know of one woman. She came in and started making miracles happen per my opinion. Again, I'm not trying to hurt nobody else. I feel when I give somebody else kudos, people try to make something bad of it. But I tell you what, I know a woman, she came with a plan. Our city look cleaner. Our county don't look as dirty. And you might think that's a little thing, but morale of a community matters. It matters. And we mattered to her. You could actually email her not all the time a request, but you just gotta have a concern. She would try to address it live. And a lot of people in government don't do that. They don't come down to us. If anything, we got to go make an appointment and hope they see us. She came to us. Okay? She came to us because social media is public. I mean, thank God. Okay? But so I would like to first go on, like I said, as a disclaimer that some things is no one else's fault. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes down to these people that it is their fault, it really makes me question who the heck is in charge. All right. So example number 3, I'm going to hit y'all with a young lady. I knew her personally. And the reason why I know what happened to her, I sent her to the housing place. And she was overqualified for help, but she was losing her sight. Okay. But I knew she collected a check of a large enough amount that she would fit and be able to give, because they take a percentage and still make you pay rent, but they take a percentage. And I knew her different, some of her medical situations. These places are not against that, and she doesn't count as an elderly, so it makes me wonder, what makes her disqualified? If there are openings, what makes her disqualified? And she was actually homeless. She wasn't just looking for a place, she was homeless. And I had was just leaving one of the places I stayed, and I thought that even though the lady hated my guts, I really thought she would do good towards another person. I even told the young lady, when you go, don't say my name. Don't say my name, but I told her how to get into the process. Make sure she asks them for application. I told her to go ahead and it's going to be $25. I would help her pay for the application. And I told her when the lady interviewed her, talked to her, I said, that's when you can expound on maybe, what you need, don't need. That way they can figure out if these amenities are for you. Not only did she get turned away on the first day there without filling out an application, she was turned away, she was denied, and not only that, but because my town is so small, we didn't have a whole lot of amenities for the homeless. There was no place really for this young lady to go unless it's the graces of others. Right now, I even am staying with my parents. Okay, it's not a first choice. I had an apartment, but like I said, that's something different. We have to get to that later. However, I think what my point is when something really, really go wrong and you need a place to stay for at least 30 days while you get a new job and save your money for 30 days, there isn't a whole lot of programs. If you got some mothers that have nowhere to go or three young ladies who they all about to have babies at different points and one just needs somewhere to stay till they can get a job and get a used car and a small apartment or whatever, because don't forget what I just say, ain't too much free nothing going on around here. Okay, so they're going to have to qualify to get in some of these places. Okay, like I learned how to fix my credit in anywhere from 3 to 6 months. I also work with a company that's what we do. We teach others. So if you want to know how, just get at me. Like, follow, share, subscribe. But listen, what I'm saying is if you a person like that you actually not to your lowest yet, there's not a whole lot of help. What if I just wanted to go somewhere for them 6 months to fix my credit? Well, once I fix my credit, guess what a girl can do? Move off your property. Thank you. Thank you for helping me and whatever I'm supposed to give. Okay. Or maybe let the people work for 3 months and then you only take a percentage of that at the end of the 3 months to help cover them had staying there and to help you get prepared for the new people when you don't got that. All right. She turned away the girl on the first question. She didn't even get to fill out an application, what I'm quite sure is unfair because how you gonna tell somebody don't fill it out? Okay, and if she has a mental problem, maybe she just ain't answered some of the questions right. See, because when you fill out the application, that's where you put your exact amounts, where you get gross and get whatever. That's where you get to put where you used to stay and what you used to do and what your jobs was or not, whether you employed or not employed, whether you single or not single. But just talking to someone because the town is little and you know who they are does not mean they're disqualified just because you feel like you know who they are. This girl did not get to fill out an application. Now, as a homegirl or as a friend or a concerned person, I don't have that many places to send them. Even though I could think of a couple others. I think 1 or 2 of them is for the elderly, but guess what about 2 more of them? Ran by the same woman. Well, if she just denied you at one, she's going to deny you at the other, because guess what? Guess what? She in charge of who get applications from all 3 of them places. Then you got another place that they do have some openings, but that one, I'm not sure if the girl qualified or not because it's a different type. And in a few minutes later on, one of the times that I come back, you'll see where I'm going to try to at least drive a little parts of my city and show you where a few of these apartments are. And you're going to see just how many few apartments are in each. And maybe that'll give you a better idea. You know what I mean? Of what I'm saying when I say ain't that much for her to have went to. Oh, I forgot the major part I was getting to. Not only did she get denied, I keep getting... Well, we already know you follow the journey. See how my head goes. So, okay, because I feel like I got a lot of information. I really want to share this. Okay, not only did she turn the young lady away, not only do the young lady not have much other places to go, but when she gives the lady a suggestion where she should go for help, she told the lady to go to a place called Florence, South Carolina. Now, let me explain something to you. That's about 45 minutes from where we are. Remember, the lady got a CM problem, so she can't just randomly go get a job even if she gets up there. She don't have a car. There are no transportations that I know of, and if it is, it probably will take you there and drop you off. There is no ongoing job or nothing like that. This lady really needed help. You give her a phone number and send her away. I have never seen something so insensitive in my whole freaking life in a long time. In a long time. Okay, example number 2. When it come to help the elderly and stuff like that. All right? Treating them wrong. Because you think you can, or that they so slow they not going to figure out what you did. All right? Now, had a situation. Young lady needed a lot of help. they qualify for help, for electrical help, to get their lights and utilities situated. Our state sends a certain amount to my county, I guess my county, whatever. I don't know how they do, like, again, I don't know all the government parts, but I know this particular section gets a certain amount of money at the beginning of the month to do whatever they got to do. All right. Now, usually up there, because I've been there before, we ask them, are there any funds left? I had a young lady with a daughter needed just a little bit of help. Okay, just a little bit. She did not want continuous help. She wanted help one time. Apartment, she qualified. She got one child. She qualified. Yes, she had been working, so she had an income to contribute. She only needed help one time. They turned her around. She came back. I said, what happened? What happened? You know, because I've been there and my situation a little different, and I was able to get help like a year before that. And I've sent people there since then because I learned, to my knowledge then, that it works. Okay. Another situation where she never got to fill out an application. All they did was talk to her. And true enough, I think one of the IDs she didn't have, but she wasn't told come back with your ID. And they go in order. And I understand once the funds are gone, the funds are gone. But you tell her what she's missing, and then you do not say nothing else about coming back. They turned her away, so I guess it would have been her initiative to try to come back. But if you work there and you know the rules, why you won't say nothing? And that's what I'm talking about. Because there are certain people, they seem to always get help. Remember, the town's small. And everybody ain't smart enough to keep their blessing to themselves. So now you got to wonder, how the heck does this work? How does this work? A person with a small child just got turned down for utility help that they qualify for. And all you got to show for yourself is the people that just got there first, whether they really need it or not, got in there. Okay. And I'm gonna throw some spice on that in a minute to either furthermore prove that things are crazy. But let me get to my number one. Now, number one example that I would like to use right now, I'm gonna do it as soon as I come right back. Okay, y'all, I'm down to number one. This is the deal. This is what I feel. This is what happened. Again, I'm not saying nothing to try to hurt anyone. These are my personal opinions or my personal experiences that I have experienced. So nobody can come tell me they didn't happen to me. They're things I either witnessed or kind of know about or have researched. Okay, having said that, now, another number one example that I know about where either the elderly was mistreated or whatever, or the sick or mentally ill or physically sick people have been treated in my community when it comes to help and when it comes to housing. Okay, they have some kind of food drive situation where they have a few different ones where they actually help, and our elderly can go and actually get, they give you stuff. They put different foods and grains and vegetables, all that. It seems like it's great. It seems like it's wonderful until you know someone personally that has been picked on. Again, it's a small town. No doubt that this person was singled out because of who they knew. I can't tell you why or how, because I also don't want to embarrass them, because they are a person with a physical illness, and it's a noticeable illness. So this ain't even like mentally ill. You actually know this person needs help. You see their walker in the back seat, and then you have taken the food to everybody else and put it in their trunk. Every time this elderly person has come, it has got put in her trunk. And how I know this is because they have told some of their other elderly friends, hey guys, they have this. And those people's foods have always got put in their trunks because they're too elderly to lift them all, or they're too sick, or they're too physically hurt to be able to do it. Don't you know that this woman was told in order to even receive her food, she had to get out of her car. Even once she opened her door and they saw her physical disability, they still made her get out. And then the young man came up and said, no, it ain't. That's not how we do it. And that's how this elderly woman was able to get help. I would love to tell you who she is. I also want you to know I asked her which place did it. She think I'm going to go create a problem. I'm not going to create a problem. But that is a problem. And since I know her personally, I can't wait to find out. Because let me tell you something. 90% of me tell me it happened because of something said or something done. This woman is a woman of God that I known of her whole life. She been in church and been going to church. This woman don't even cuss. She don't bother nobody. And all she do is go to church, go home, and like stuff like that. Talk to her grandbabies that I know of. Even if she had an issue with somebody, it ain't that person who did that or those people, because other people allowed it to happen. The other women there thought it was cute. They wanted to see what was wrong with her. This town is entirely too small. See, I used to do rants about this for real, but I would go live because I wanted people to know you ain't hide no more. A lot of people in my town scared to talk because they from here and it's their own friends, family, and cousins and stuff. Well, I don't care. Like I said, I left for 26 years, so my eyes see something different. I've been places and been mistreated. See what I'm saying? Just because somebody didn't know you, you didn't matter. You know what I mean? I've gone to pick up an application. They said, who family you? None of your damn business. I'm filling out an application. Should it matter who my people are? You call to ask a question. It can be important as heck and have to do with your life. It can have to do with your well-being and your stability in your home. These suckers still want to know. Well, which these are you? They asking your last name. Which hyperschmittums are you? Are you the ones from over by? You don't need to know that for me to fill out. Oh, why do you need to know that? So you can single out who qualify and who don't. All right, those is my top 3 of witnessing someone get totally mistreated all because of their condition, physical or mental. And age didn't matter because the first young lady I told y'all about, I think she's a couple years younger than me and I'm 44. The other woman I'm talking about, guess what? She's over 65. Are y'all serious? Are y'all serious? It is the worst. Yeah, this had to be one of my rants, good lighting or not. And then when they get called out on their mess, they always got somebody that's a little higher up that can co-sign that they either didn't do it or they didn't mean to do it that way. These suckers keep their jobs with their hateful self. Now, asterisk number 1, situation also happened to myself. This is how I know. On 2 different occasions. On one of them, I was denied help at the utility place because the lady thought I was messing with her husband. The town's so small. So when she figured out she thought it was me, she personally denied me. Guess how I found out she was the manager there? Because when I was walking away in despair, I saw her car. Are you serious? Because you know me, I get denied. And the thing about it is the whole time, yeah, he is cheating on you. And the whole town, no, but it wasn't me. It wasn't me. And he was telling the whole entire town that he wasn't even married. She left him. Ain't nobody tell you keep his name or do whatever y'all doing. You did that to yourself. But you try to ruin somebody else's life. I'll never forget it. And I did not get help. And my utilities did get turned off. And somebody that was a regular person had to help me. All right. The other situation with the living situation. My doctors deemed me finally well enough to go get my own apartment. And I was mistreated. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I have had to change my location. A little bit of noise came into from that. Was all I did was I just need to go ahead and do it. Sometimes you want to do something, and I meant to do this a long time ago, so it made sense for me to just go ahead, jump right into it, and get it done, so I can go ahead and make this vlog complete. But for sure, I've had experience myself. My doctors cleared me for being able to do certain things myself. And I was very excited. This young woman made it seem like she was helping me. But upon even moving in, if I don't understand something, and I previously told the young lady, and I understand it's not their job to, I guess, per se, walk you through things. But my thing is, if it involves me living here, why not explain it to me if I'm asking? And they have certain rules implemented where even though it's housing where it's income based, everything else in the amenities that they offer, hundreds of dollars. Okay. If you want to get internet, they have a certain company they want you to go through. This I didn't understand. I thought that was an option. Because if I need income housing, why would I get internet that's $300? Because that's the company y'all work with. You didn't say I couldn't have no other amenities unless I do what y'all say. I'm trying to understand why that's the rules. Okay, one of the first, I'm going to say mistakes I made because I didn't understand was after trying about 4 different companies, I found out which one had a deal that I could work with. Okay, I'm not going to say their name, but they came right out. They helped create me an account. They put their disc in the bag. Mind you, there are about 4 or 5 discs back there, about 5 different companies. Nobody else has to take theirs up. I was never asked. I was never talked to or anything like that. I just heard noise outside my back window. My TV went blank and I go to run see what's wrong. The man that is the maintenance guy is out there literally pulling up out the ground. He ain't even say, do I need to call the company first or nothing? Because that's their device. It's even in our contract that if something happens, I have to return their equipment, even if I quit my subscription or whatever. So I talked to her. Well, I went outside and I'm not going to yelled at him. I said, that's not how you do something. I said, that stuff not my personal stuff. He didn't even care. He didn't care. And when I talked to her, I said, no, you can't have that. Now, mind you, this is the same woman that signed me up and made it like she was helping me. I'm not going to tell y'all the torture I endured. Let's just say I lost some things. And by the time I was there for anywhere from 6 months to the first year, my doctor herself was worried about me. I couldn't even really get out the contract, and I refused to just leave all of a sudden because I had nowhere to go. I'm going to fast forward to the second year where she's really picking on me even more. Okay. This woman went to the extent to call someone that could watch her pick on me. Now, the problem is the person didn't know she was picking on me because she got this close to my ear. And she started bothering me on purpose and hurting me, hurt my feelings. She really was saying mean stuff, and I finally turned to her face. And I told her, ain't there more things you could be doing other than bothering me? You already told me what you need me to do, which was a spontaneous cleaning that she was making me pay for. I got pictures to show you what my apartment looked like before her people came in, and it was clean. I remember telling her the day before, I would like for you to come see it because it is clean. She was so hell-bent on making me spend, even though she knew my income said I didn't have it, that she said, okay, I'll come. I saw when she left. She never came. The next day, they weren't supposed to be there till, 11:30, whatever o'clock. It was like a whole hour early. There have been times where, remember, I got anxiety. I got a little bit of agoraphobia still left. I got an issue with people. I have a certain way I have to function. And it's in our paperwork that they have to tell us when they come in first. I would always come home and it's a thing already on my door that they've been here and changed something. And if they send me something early, they would not come at those times. If I choose to stay home, I miss work before just so I can be in my house when they come. And when she finally started finding things to kick me out for, there were always times that I had no idea she would even be in my place. When I tell you it's a whole lot more, but she got her own rant by herself. What I'm saying is, my point is, how do you make someone worse? You can't say I'm crazy, then pick on me, antagonize me, make me pop off, and then still say she got a problem. This a whole minister of the cloth. That's why I thought she was trustworthy enough to send other people. Even after I left, I figured maybe I was the problem, which is something a person with a mental illness could do. Start blaming yourself. That's why I actually revert and went backwards. But she gets her own rant. What I'm saying is mistreating other people. I got to peeve with that. That's not fair. Now, what I'm about to do for you in a second is just run by a few of these apartment areas. Not to, like I said, I'm going to try not to put the names on them. My goal here is more or less to show you how many homes we have. How many homes we have. And then maybe explain to you the rest of the rural area. Because trust me, there aren't that many amenities. And when you start turning people away because they're not your family member, but it's a small town, well, you might be related to a lot of people, because what if your family, one of the families with money or a lot of land? And then they got their own problems because they think they're better than each other. But none of them got no homes on all these hundreds of land, hundreds of, you know what I mean? You got acres and acres. I'm not saying you have to, but what I'm saying is, how dare you talk down on another person just because they didn't do it quick? Wow, you got yours left to you and you ain't work hard a day in your life. These ones gonna be apples. What do I want to do? Hold on, let's see here. I can't decide. I actually can't decide what I'm gonna do. I think which colors I have. Okay. Yeah, I decided I'm gonna go with apple cinnamon. That's gonna be. I'm sorry, y'all. Cleaned up twice, wiped down twice, sanitized twice, and still moved stuff around in a way. Right. I'm not gonna do the blue dot thing, so y'all gonna see me put them in after. This is just some soy wax, and I changed my mind already. Again, not going back on the dishes. Okay, we're going with wishes. Y'all, all these are glitters and micas. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put some copper mica in there. Not a lot. And I'll let y'all see once I start scoring it up. All right, copper mica and I'm going to take a red piece of color block, but I'm not doing a big piece because I want it to still remain pinkish. And I put that copper mica in it so you guys will see it. Let me let y'all see how it's turning. See, kind of rose gold kind of color. Y'all, I love how that look. I always love it. Love it. I'm using coffee color mica this time, because this is about to be cinnamon buns. I don't know if y'all can see it. There you go.